Okay, so I'm about to do an intro for 2 separate videos that I'm going to upload back to back. So don't mind that I'm sitting in the same everything. I'm not going to change my shirt, nothing. It's just I'm going to record this intro and this little thing, and then I'm going to record the intro for the next video. So, DJ Hero 2 Renegade Edition, practically brand new, still has the sticker on it. I purchased this at a thrift store, probably around $10, if not less. There is a video from back in the day when I first got this thing that it's like trust your instincts or trust your gut on thrift store finds, you know. So I'll throw that up there real quick.
The game is freaking brand new. Like, no, there's fingerprints on it, but there's no scratches or anything. I've never seen this before. Renegade. Looked it up. It's the Jay-Z and Eminem version, and it even has the legs. So I'm pretty sure this, like, you put this in here, and then that would be your game top, and then your legs, obviously. That's pretty legit.
Okay, so well, that was whatever the price was. I don't know. That's future me's problem to know. So I've had this thing for 6 years now. Yeah, about 6 years now, maybe 5.5. Who cares? I've had it for a long time now. The thing is in mint condition. It came complete. It came with the stand, the feet, like the extensions, came with the booklet, the game in the book in the freaking game, you know. So it came with like just everything. Like, so it honestly seems, besides like the wear and tear on the outside of the case, that somebody purchased this, played it once. They were like big into Guitar Hero or Rock Band. They purchased this. They were like, I'm gonna love this. They played it once. They're like, holy crap, this is hard. I don't enjoy this, and they put it away. And then it just sat there forever. I mean, even after my messing around with it, it still looks so great. So, yeah, mechanical frets, because I can. It was really just a thing of like, why not? Why would you not? I mean, listen, to the people who like DJ Hero, bet you that's like a heavenly sound, because it's a heavenly sound to me, and I am like, I play on hard on DJ Hero, you know, so that's where my level is, and I love it. So I can only imagine somebody who really likes playing DJ Hero would love to be able to like smack those keys so well, even though it's a little noisy, but that's what we like. We like that mechanical noise with the feel. Yeah, so I did that, and I don't have like all the footage because this is a big struggle for me, and I'm gonna fix this now that I have 2 new phones. I have like a new phone for like everyday use. It's like a newer iPhone, even though I'm not a big fan of Apple, but it was free, so I'm not complaining at all. It's a really nice phone. And then I have that Galaxy S whatever plus brick thing, the bigger one with the little stylus in it. So those are both more reliable than the other phones and cameras I was using, which just would corrupt all the time, or I would go to transfer stuff to the computer, it would be there on the computer, and then I would delete it on the phone, and then like the next day I go to that folder and it's just not there, or something, it's corrupt, whatever it is, you know, and I lost it forever. So I have about a little bit less than half the footage of this thing, but I still wanted to show it. I still want to get it out there. I still, the biggest reason for me making the video, not only just to show, you know, that I'm a fucking badass, and I did, I modified a DJ Hero Renegade Edition with mechanical frets, but I promised one of the best DJ Hero players I've ever seen this for free. Now, he'd have to pay me shipping because, you know, I'm not going to cover the shipping, and so it is kind of like an a-hole move to be like, hey, you can have it if you pay the shipping, but at the same time, that's also reasonable, you know? So I did offer it to him for free, that I'll just give it to him as a gift. I forget his name, and I don't have the time to look it up. But he does a lot of DJ Hero customs. I told him in a live stream once that 100% this is yours, and that he could have it. And then I never went back to his live stream. I don't think I've been to his channel since. I don't know if YouTube just stopped recommending videos or if he stopped uploading. I don't know. But hey, dude, this is yours, man. You're such a great freaking DJ Hero player. I've watched so many of your videos, like with my kid when we were building this thing, and a few of those live streams that I was in. And yeah, man, I'm super impressed, and I feel like you and somebody that you know, if they are also into DJ Hero, like you can hang out with the guys, do like a meetup, and they can all play around with it. You know, it's world class. It's one of a kind. I haven't seen anything else on it. I did browse Reddit a little bit and YouTube, and I honestly haven't seen anybody else doing this. So that's it'd be cool. And also, like, not to toot my own horn, but people do really enjoy having like Ninja Pones at Life gear. Like I've shipped to Europe a few guitars, and those people are like super duper grateful because I don't want to use like that. They've told me they're grateful that they are one of like 3 or 4 people in the whole Europe and UK. I've shipped more, I think 3 to UK and then to Europe like 3 or 4. I've been doing this a long time now. I can't keep up with the numbers, but it's definitely been like, man, a whole month's car payment, if not more, just for a guitar for some of those people because of the shipping prices, So that's really what makes that so yeah. So having like stuff made by these modder creators like me and stuff like that, like I think that's unique and it's cool, and it's like, hey man, like I have a one-of-a-kind thing made by a dude who's pretty well known and is like an OG. But I've been on freaking YouTube modding stuff since like 07, man. It's been a long time. So yeah, so without further ado, let's do that one more time. Let's get to the video where I take apart the pieces. I do believe I machined the buttons out so they can fit the switches, and I think I soldered the board together, but I didn't show like the reassembly or anything, and I don't really have gameplay footage. I don't have a capture card for my 360, and I don't know how to set this up on computer, as well as I'd rather just give this to the dude I said I'd give it to, and then piggyback, like, hey man, like, do like a video, like, unboxing it or whatever, and play around with it, and I'll upload it on my channel or something, But so yeah, so if you guys know who I'm talking about, does a lot of like, I think PS3 DJ Hero customs, and when I was watching for the like week or two, uploaded like every day. So if you know who that is, tag them. If not, this video will be up. This thing's not going anywhere. I'm not gonna sell it. It's either I keep it for myself and my kids forever, or I gift it to that specific person. So yeah, cool. And then I guess I don't even have to say this, but I'm gonna go record the next intro. Alright, so we're here with the DVD commentary. For those that are newer or don't know, but basically I do just that. I edit everything together, and then I sit down for a nice chill session, and I talk over what's going on. It's kind of 50-50, averaging somewhat, me just talking about random stuff, as well as talking about what's going on in tutorials and things that we need to be discussing, specifically what's going on camera. That's what we'll be doing, and otherwise we are just talking about either Guitar Hero stuff, telling stories, or just whatever, People like to hear me talk, so I talk. And I'm long-winded, as many of my closest friends know, but I'm, a sweet enough, intelligent guy. I don't like to say that about myself, but people have said it about me, so I guess it's not me speaking for myself on that, It's like you can't give yourself your own nickname. That'd be weird. You have to receive a nickname. But at least if people have told me that, then I don't mind saying it. So yeah, you can see my bald head. That's fun, getting in the way of the camera. Nothing wrong with that. I do need to buzz my head, but yeah, no, not even bothersome. This video's old, and yet my hair is like in the same exact like cut right now. It's just barely been like a week since I buzzed it. Yeah, it's just me taking it apart. It's kind of dirty and stuff, but still in mint condition. It's not scratched up, there's no dings or dents. It can just be washed up and turn out real good. So disassembly of this thing was very foreign and new to me. I never took one apart before. You can even see right here, I'm like needing different drivers and stuff. And it was a pain getting off. So even with the 4 feet, I don't know if it came off right away, but it definitely was a pain. And then getting like the turntable off was weird and strange. I like that though. I like showing, I wouldn't say like I struggle, but I like showing when I don't know something, and then I like, hey, let's walk through this together. That's a good part of the tutorial, On this one, I kind of fought with myself. I was like, do I just show the footage that I have and show it in like real speed and go over that and explain it in full detail, or do I just show what I did to get to the point of having mechanical frets? And I went with the latter, because I don't have the full video, the full recording. It'd be kind of silly to do like, oh, here's how you do each step except for the last like 2. So, yeah. And also, as commented on before, many people don't have a machine shop in their garage, in their backyard, so it's not as simple as just, hey, remove this plastic from these switches, you know. But that kind of aids into the one-of-a-kindness. Now, I will say that if there's interest in these and people want to send them to me, I would totally do this, because it was like a quick... overall, let's say the first time I did it, it probably took a couple hours, because I was really... like, the exploration, you know, the first time taking it apart, all that was a factor. But now that I know what I'm doing, and I know just literally what I'm doing here, and I could probably do it in a half hour to an hour, I would not mind taking a few DJ Hero decks in and putting mechanical frets on them. I'd probably charge $1,000, but no, I'm kidding. That would be so ridiculous. I know people that would. They'd be like, oh, I can do that for like $1,500. The only thing I would ever charge $1,000 for, and I actually would charge $1,000 for, only because two things. One, I want to keep this specific thing for myself forever and hang it on my wall. But if somebody like Alec or Randy or any of the big names that have like big followings and have the money to afford throwing away $1,000 on something, I would love to have $1,000 for something that I built, and would totally sell it to one of them, but only for that price. So it's kind of like here, I'll tell you a story while we're just taking this thing apart and exploring it. I made one time, and I'm actually going to be making another one pretty soon when I get done with my obligations. I made one before, didn't even make it. I put up an Etsy page for a Jaguar for PC. Now, the Jaguar necks have like this ribbon cable type backing to them, and you can't like solder to that. You can't use their original necks for the guitar, so I had to transplant a different neck from a Strat onto the Jaguar, and that required a lot of body work and a lot. So I basically said, hey, for $400, it was either $400 or $500. That was the price. I was like, hey, I totally can build this, and I have the skills and everything to do it. But guess what? It'll take me so much effort and so much time, and the amount of like skills and the experience that I have to throw into it, and like the brain work into it. Even physical, it's worth even more than that. But I said, if I put it for this price, no one will ever buy it. You know, I think maybe $375. Sorry to go back to that, but regardless, the price was pretty high compared to most things. And I specifically like put a price that was high. I was like, look, no one will ever buy this, but in the event they do, it'll make it worth my while. And the posting was up for like 2 days, and a dude paid for it, and I'm just like, cool. And I even put, there was only one available, because I only had the one Jaguar. Like, I had 4 Jaguars at the time, and I was like, well, cool, that one of those that I have a double of is the one I'll use for that. And man, that was the most intensive build I've ever done ever, and it turned out so sick. But it justified the means, you know. So same thing, it's like, hey, if I were to build this, I'm not even going to say what it is, but you'll see eventually what this is, and you'll go, oh, that's worth $1,000. But it'd be so cool to either keep it, or if I do sell it, I'm selling it for something that's so worth the price. I guess we can talk about what I'm doing. I am doing a lot of math here to make sure that the holes that I'm drilling are going to be all perfectly lined up. They don't have to be centered by any means. Nothing has to be perfect. I'm just kind of weird about it, and I like to do it the right way. So what I'm doing is I'm drilling all the center holes in these little switches. They have like a little just center, I believe, on the actual keyboards that these go onto and other devices that they go onto. That's like its little like snap in, you know, you kind of like snap it into place. Or it's just the hole that it sits in while you solder the pins onto the main board, and then the solder holds it into place, you know. But regardless, I drill out the hole only like 2 to 10 thousandths wider, or like, I guess, bigger than the hole. So it's not a press fit, but it's definitely not loose. Right there, I was just going to say, I clipped the ends off that are just kind of little tabs that don't need to be there. And then in a second, I will do the extra kind of math on getting the holes done for the pins, so I can get the pins through the board. Yeah, I was just going to say, we're going to zoom in here. But yeah, so I definitely have a lot of projects coming up the way. Drew just talked to me about his Explorer, as I've mentioned in a few videos recently. The red did not come out right. It's too like bright, vibrant red, and I want it to be more of a dark, like blood red. And I know that's such a silly freaking thing to say, but it's also like the paint turned out shit again. So I'm just gonna sand it down one last time, and I'm gonna paint it up with a nice dark red for the pick guard, and then a black for the body. Then I'm gonna clear it, And if it doesn't turn out perfect, I'm not going to do it again. I'm just going to complete the guitar and send it to him. And also, as I've mentioned, I'm sending him a gift, a second guitar for all the waiting and stuff, as he put his order in 2.5 years ago, and that's just not right. And then I've also got a couple other people but I talk about it enough. I've actually got time now, though, because I have cleared my garage out of all the bullshit. And we finished a few projects that we had on our plate, like the can crusher. At least building the can crusher's done. I just need to program it. But that's back burner because obviously obligations, you know. It's so crazy watching me be like, no, you need to like line this up with the center. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. If you ever get to a point where you're building stuff, like not this specifically, but you're just like, I a while ago stopped buying boards from people that maybe I do now because it's just easier, but let's say for a couple years there I bought boards that for mechanical frets that would come with the frets and the boards all pre-done and everything. Then I would just buy the switches and the boards separately. Like I'd buy the switches on my own and then buy the boards and solder them all together. Then I realized doing just this, I would line them up all in the mill and stack like 5 boards onto each other and make sure they're clamped all good. And I would just drill through all of them at once. And I would make my own boards out of the original boards, because the original boards are now useless if I'm like, I literally have a drawer of like probably 80 to 100 boards from like my whole career. Like back in the day, you know, are constantly messing with stuff and everything, and they just accumulate. And then you get into making mechanical fret guitars, and then that just skyrockets. You just have boards upon boards. So at a certain point, I was like, I can just do this myself. And with those, I do drill the center pins like right on the money, so they're press fit and they kind of snap into place. And I've had nothing but success with that. The only problem with that one is I do have to like solder individual traces. I do basically like one line down the middle on like one side of the pins, and that's my ground. And then I do each individual one, and I make my own traces and stuff. And then I just solder mask it up. So it's definitely more crude, but that is essentially like pennies to the dollar, because all I'm paying for is my switches, and I have all the boards for free. And then the wire I'm using, I'm buying like 25 feet of it for a few dollars a pack, you know. So it's pretty cheap to do it that way, and I just like it. Again, it's more crude, but it works the same, and it's cheaper. Like, especially that I want to start selling guitars again. It would be nice to be like, oh guys, I can sell you like a $45 guitar minus shipping, and it'll be mechanical frets and all the works and everything, and it's a Ninja Pones guitar, except you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for it. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, because I'm not buying all these expensive parts to make it. I can try to have the cost as low as possible on my end, and that way I pass the savings on to the people, you know. Most people will know I only ever really charge for what I paid for stuff. I don't charge for labor. It's just not my thing. I guess going back to here, I'm putting just a little dab of glue on that, just so I know it stays. And I think I do the sides and stuff too. But yeah, no, so it's my whole past few years has been a real big roller coaster. I hit these like small patches of I get a lot of work done and then I don't, and then I get a lot of work done and then I don't. And as of lately, I've gotten stuff done, but I just haven't done it in the same passionate way I've done it in the past. And I've magically gotten it back. Like yesterday, I got home from work after I think I worked like 9.5 hours or something, maybe just 9 hours. And got home from work, and I was thinking to myself, "Say anything important here?" No. I was thinking to myself, I was like, "Oh, cool! I'm so beat from work, and I know I got obligations to do, and I'm gonna play some Planet Coaster because I'm really like just beat from work and mentally I'm drained." And I sat down on the computer for like 2 seconds, and I'm like, "No, man, don't be doing that." Like I beat myself up a little bit. It was a good like conversation I had in my head. And I'm like, "What the heck you doing, man? Like you got to get these guitars. You got to get that second coat of paint on these guitars for Mike over here. You got to get other things going, or really not even second coat. You got to get it's the primer right now, so I got to get the coat of paints on them." And then I just like, you know, I'm editing this video. Like I while I was painting some stuff, I figured, hey, I can edit a video, so I did that instead of playing freaking video games and just vegging out and being just, I don't know, it's not even sad or depression. It's just, fuck, man, you work a job that really really drains the mental mind, which I like. I love my job. I love it's the greatest job I've ever had in my life. Like it literally saved my life, and I'll say that with not even like say it with my entire being and my entire chest. that job that I currently work saved my life, and it's just the greatest thing that ever happened to me besides my kids. So, as great as it is, though, it's very demanding. It's very challenging. Oh, hey, look, I was very fast to machine that out. And yeah, so it takes a lot out of me. But with the nice weather, I'm a fucking lizard, and I soak up the sun so much. Like all the hot weather, even if I need the air conditioning on, I'll go stand outside for like 10 minutes and just soak up that sun, and I come back feeling rejuvenated and all that energy, all that not seasonal depression, you know. And yeah, so here we're coming to the end, and I'm just gonna talk through some blackness here. Yeah, no, it's been a wild ride, guys, and I'm happy to be continuing to do videos, and I'm very happy and appreciative of all of your support and love. I know that I'm inconsistent with things, and yet when I post, everyone just seems to, hey, look, Nick/Ninja posted again, awesome, let's go watch and have some fun, you know. So appreciate you guys. Hopefully next video will be out in the next few days. I have no promises, but at the same time, I've already edited it. I just need to do the voiceover as well. So peace.